So by now, you've probably finished all the videos in the Advanced SQL Server course, and you may be wondering what's next. Well, first of all, what did we actually learn? It would be a good idea to quickly just review that. So we looked at setup and installation, right? We looked at optimizing SQL searches with indexes. We looked at full text search, SQL Server security, policy-based management. We looked at data encryption, backup and recovery. We looked at several high availability options, monitoring and performance tuning, resource governor, SQL Server PowerShell, and last but not least, we looked at integration services, which was part of BI. But now, what's next? What's the follow-up? First of all, I created a video on certification, and when we talk about the Transcender, I recommend that highly if you're going to do the certification. And actually, I recommend you really just consider it, seriously. Even if it's not something you need necessarily for your job, it's still a good thing to have. So I recommend looking at that video and looking at the Transcender and definitely making use of that. For more information on SQL Server as you continue to dig deeper, the Microsoft websites are one of the best places to go. And if you go to technet.microsoft.com/SQL Server, it'll bring you to the SQL Server page on TechNet, where you can have information about what's new in SQL Server 2008, the library of information, Microsoft Learning. There are forums specific to SQL Server that are broken down based on the various topics that you might be interested in, such as SQL Server data warehousing, there's integration services, data mining, reporting services, analysis services. But all the major topics that you'll typically encounter with SQL Server, there are forums specific to those topics. Next, I recommend you practice and practice and practice some more. If you haven't built yourself a test environment, I highly recommend you do that and play around with the different features that are available in SQL Server. That's the thing that's going to really build your knowledge and make the skills really part of your repertoire of information that you have to pull from. Use the videos as a reference. Actually, oftentimes I will find myself going back to a video I created a year and a half ago to make sure I remember how to do a particular step that I'm not using on a regular basis. But having the videos acts as documentation of that. So even I sometimes go back to mine as well as other instructors' videos. I recommend that highly. Use them as a reference. And then last, we definitely value your opinion. So there are many ways you can reach us to let us know what you think of the course and to give us feedback on the course. We at TrainSignal, we're always looking for ways to improve our training. So if you have any comments, things that you liked about the course, things you'd like to see continued in the future, or even suggestions to make viewing or understanding the material easier, we'd love to hear from you. So don't let this be our last conversation. Feel free to call, email, or post a thread on our forums. You can even visit our website and leave a feedback. There's a feedback link actually over to the left of the screen. Or you can even comment on one of our blogs, such as trainsignaltraining.com or windowsserver.trainsignal.com. It's up to you, but we'd really love to hear from you and know what you think.